lot of things as far as like ideas or possibilities of the future on a large scale, a lot of the things people thought, or at least in the area, the general area, ballpark of things happening that are indeed happening. And some are pretty simple, and some are, you know, a conspiracy theory at one point, and at the next point, it's like worse than that. But the majority always gets it wrong in the end. You're already wrong and right about the same thing. So things are never what they seem after you have a few years pass by. You start looking at it, you reframe it, you get a different perspective, and that is very, it's how we grow. We grow up and realize that that kid that pissed us off in the third grade, he was just, damaged or whatever, yada yada. Always happens like that, if you're honest. And I was sitting here thinking that since it never turns out what you think it is in the moment, and then later on we're going to be wrong about our assumption about the end, then it's really like easy for me to understand how like not to judge other people, because like I got shit, but I don't really feel bad for it because I don't do things that I think are bad. There are things I think I should work on, but like why be mad about that? You know, people don't seem to keep the same level of judgment considering me. So why would I like trip? Because it must not mean shit if they tell me they love me and they still don't do everything they can. So to me, it's like, okay, we're both cool. We're even, you know? And then, we all have moods, but like, does not everybody kind of realize this is the truth, or am I just the majority? But anyways, I deal with a lot of things in my head every day at the same time. So I'm a little scattered, but I like try, you know. I give more effort than I did a year ago on just about everything. I don't understand that, but it's a lot of people. Like a lot of people for a long time have misunderstood my intentions in my life, and that doesn't make sense. So I don't really talk about much to people, and when I do talk, I talk kind of fast because I'm excited to fucking get it all out. And then you know what? It usually kind of fucking does what kept me from talking in the first place, is kind of get people backing off, which is fine. It's fine. I'll go do my thing. But when they get aggravated at me because I don't think like they do, when they won't listen to any explanation, they already assume I'm arguing or something, and I'm not. Not even defensive because I don't feel bad for nothing. Because I didn't even know it, like, I think when I'm cool with somebody, we're cool. If I have something that bugs me, I'll go be by myself. I won't bother you. And if I want to know or say it, I will say it. Is not everybody like that? I don't get it. Anyways, so my feed is like coins, football, music stuff. I don't really, a little bit of news, a lot of podcasts. And then personalities. I learn about the 16 personalities. I know what I am. I know what several of my, like I get a lot of people to take this test. And my wife, who introduced me to it a long time ago. Well, I've noticed disconnect in me talking to other people in my life. And from what I gather, of all the people, and I don't ask their opinion, and then I do. Like, I get their opinion, I get them to make a compliment or a criticism. I'm gathering evidence, right? That's how I make all decisions, except for reactions. And reactions are past traumas and bad habits and yada yada. I still feel it, but I'm trying to dial back what I do about it. Now, if somebody's mad, they cannot understand the concept. All they can think about is how they know why I'm doing something. Because, see, for years, I would try to explain why I was doing it because I thought that meant that would make them realize it was an accident. So, why the fuck are you mad? Or it was like I was hurt or being dumb and I'm sorry for it. So, to me, like, I understand that, and it might still hurt, but I ain't giving you shit about it. You said sorry, or we're not in the same life path no more. I just whatever. So I'm not quite understanding what is hard to say about that because I don't just have people asking me to, you know, I get asked to for a lot of things that take time. I change. I don't change fast. I have to think about things deeply before I know what they really are. Of course, I react. Of course, I got bad habits. But those are all my things because of me. I don't do those things for other people. But everything else I do is for other people. Everything. Besides maybe play guitar and like a video game or coins. But I don't like sell my body or nothing. I mean, obviously, I don't, pawn things. I don't pawn my things for my stuff. I work for my stuff. Like, and I've never met anybody that was any different. They just had different degrees of whatever. It still don't even make you happy though. But I'm happy. As long as my family's happy or together. I can't make them happy. I can only give them an opportunity to be happy. There ain't nothing I could do to make anybody happy. I could entertain you, to piss you off, but I can't make you be in a state. And I also can't make you not be in that state. I don't understand. You can bring that to people's attention and they gotta not hear it. They think that I'm defensive or arguing. I'm explaining the reason so you understand why it shouldn't hurt your feelings so much. Is that an INFP thing? I mean, were we just a little different thinking? Because I'm starting to feel like I'm a fucking alien. Anyways, these coins are popping up everywhere now. I started watching these videos. I don't remember which one was first, but of course I looked a couple up. I know that makes it, pop up more, but I'm actually finding good ones now. People are coming to work and bringing them to me because, I'm talking about them a little bit. But I haven't spent any money. If anything, I've got $50 in change on my table over there. At the very least, I didn't have a whole lot of money put back before, living check to check. So I don't understand what the fucking deal is. My wife's pissed off at me right now. And I don't want to hurt her. I'm literally trying not to, but I'm fucked up. Oh, man, she's pissed. The thing is, I don't really dude, I don't really care what I'm perceived at. Obviously, if you watch any of these videos, most of the time I'm just trying to record in case I think it's something or I play something because I'm just freestyling most of the time or changing songs up. Most of the time, I'm just in case because every now and then something really good comes out and I miss it. So I just record, and since my phone memory is so bad, I just figured live could, YouTube could keep it for me. And the thing is I would like to do something that was more intellectual, or at least people could fucking help me understand why the world's like it is. I have a lot of opinions that are not like the normal, but like I said before, never turns out good for the crowd. I mean, you could be herded out west, or the buses, or the trains, or like, it just doesn't always go good if you think about it for the majority. You know, like all the zombie movies, the majority die. All the storm movies about the end of the world, like tidal waves, there's a lot of people on the coast. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I just understand that if I don't know for sure, I don't know what the truth is. I ain't seen the earth, whether it's flat or round. I could give two shits. It makes no difference to me right now because I ain't been up there on the moon to look down at it. And I understand how that might make you afraid that I may say or talk about points that you believe, but you really don't know. I don't know. I'm just being honest. I know this. I know a lot of fucking coincidences have been happening. It's been tripping me out. But I've had found like 3 silver coins this week, which is weird because I've always looked at my change to see if something unique was there, but it's like a lot of pennies, new looking old pennies. Anyways, I just thought that was significant, but the other day, kind of into it, I'm going to the dump, take the trash off, pull my guitar out of my front seat so I can clean out my floorboard, and this guy looks over and he says, "You ain't throwing that guitar away, are you?" I said, "Hell no." He said, "Are you sure you can play it when your wife kicks you out?" This guy, no shit, never seen in my life, never seen him again. In a small town, but I don't see everybody that's here. Fine, right? Tripped me out a little bit, and I remembered it because, I'm thinking she's liable to throw me out soon. And she's kind of got a sensitive spot for me playing guitar in public. Because, like I said, I don't really think about it, how I look a lot of times, because it doesn't embarrass me in that way. But I get their argument for them, that's fine. Which made it two coincidences. And then he told me who he was like 80. And he said, he said something about, oh, what is the truth? Because I said I had to say a hard truth and it hurt my wife. And I wasn't trying to. And he said, "Well, I've been a Hell's Angel for 30 something years." He said, "The only one making me scared is God." And he said, "But what is the truth?" And like, he kind of a rougher guy. He said something I ain't gonna repeat, but the very next video on my phone, which the phones have gotta be something to do with the algorithm, because we all have that where you talk about something and then it's popping up. And I also understand you'll be looking for these things, but like things that I don't have anything to do with or my phone will be happening all day long. Now, I have multiple theories on what that could be, but I don't know what it is. If I go and say this and we're talking and I said, you know, maybe, you know what it probably is? It's probably this. That doesn't mean I know it. Like, and if I go, I feel like this, I feel mad. That doesn't mean I want you to fix it or I'm mad at you. Is that correct? Can y'all give me some answers on that? Because I don't know. But sometimes I'll say this to people and they will fucking fly off the handle. But I'm just being honest. What the fuck is going on with the I don't get it. You know? Anyways, probably gonna play some guitar, kick off for a while. You're welcome to, you know, listen for 15 seconds or whatever. But a thumbs and a subscribe would be cool because she also thinks this is dumb. She'd probably flip if she knew I did YouTube videos. But if I got like a bunch of fucking encouragement or something, I don't know. If I made money one day, dude, I swear to God, I'd give it almost all away after I bought a house. Swear I would. I help people all the time anyways. If I had money, I could help people, but I know how to help them. Because maybe I'm wrong about every bit of the shit I've said. But one thing you can't deny is, you know, some people can't act. So they grow up just kind of being a nerd, right? But they can't help it because it's in them so much to be that. That's not how I was. And because I was scared to not be accepted, my mama left me, you know. I didn't know shit about credit. My dad did not make me do anything. I could fucking sleep all day, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't make me do anything. But we didn't have shit either. And I grew up without shit, you know. So not having shit, being okay, and learning all these better habits as I'm growing old, still having some bad habits, who gives a fuck? I can get along with anybody, and I know when I'm being right and wrong. Like, and not many fucking people has been in my life has been able to show me any evidence. They just tell me that I'm wrong. I literally will find any evidence that I can or give why I think something, but I could give a shit less of what you think. Well, if you know me, I will say I'm open to listen to anything. I'm going to cut you off a lot because it's coming, and I'm talking as fast as I can to get it all out, to tell you why. But I don't have words all the time for what I believe right and wrong is. But I don't care if you believe it. I think it's at least an interesting discussion because I don't know anything but what I feel. And the truth, it's fluid. It's going to change. As you grow older, you're going to think differently about your opposite. In which, it's important to remember, without light, or the mirror, or the thing the light's reflecting off of, there would be no reflection, right? You can't be you without your opposite. The person that most likely you don't feel comfortable with or trust or whatever, or maybe you do. But without, you can't just have the South Pole in the magnetic field. You gotta have the North Pole too. You can't have colors without no colors. You can't have things without no things. I mean, that's everything. So how can you say that that person that stole from you, well, that person lived a whole lifetime of misery, and you're complaining about the few, whatever they stole, okay? that person that mistreated you has had a lifetime of being mistreated is almost like a sacrifice so you could exist. That's my belief. And I'm going to tell you, when I come to these conclusions, I knew that that's all gone. And I don't carry that weight. But it also makes it really hard to help people that are close to me. Because if you're close to me, you already got what you need, except for the things that I have problems doing. Like, I can fix anything on a house. I'm great at it. My wife can do the same. Great at it. But we suck with business. And we just haven't met or worked out the muscles to get a system for that or whatever. And we haven't met friends that are good at it either. And that's just don't you tell nobody. So it's like, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm really just trying to get to kind of keep it low so I don't have anybody come in here. The main thing is I think I got enough volume to remember the point. And I imagine I'll post the live and it'll probably be easier to hear. Like, maybe I can amplify it somehow. But again, like, it doesn't make sense to me. The whole fucking game that we're playing out here. For instance, we're all interacting in a system that we don't even have a good understanding of it because they don't teach it. So we'll go learn it. I'll go learn about the law, the history, kind of the conspiracy side of things. But I'm honest when it's bullshit, and I know it. But if I don't know it's not bullshit, I don't know. So I go learn about it. I couldn't understand why I was having a miscommunication with people in my life, like my boss or my wife. My kids, we understand each other. We have good relationships. But the people that are expecting me to be a certain way, they, man, I really rub people raw, and I don't mean to. But I just kind of think it's the truth, and I say it. I don't want to hurt you. I don't understand people. Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm thinking this last week, I'm getting a really good understanding of my personality and like 6 other people that I'm around every couple days. Most of them, like, we already kind of seen the world the same. I just was a little crazy about learning about it. Like, when I get into it, I'm into it really hard for a little while, then I go do something else. The first thing was guitar. I tried playing it for years. And I ain't saying I can play it, but I don't try or even think about what I'm doing, and it comes out with mistakes, but I can tell, over a 3-year time, it's a lot to know. Couldn't do that when I was a kid, couldn't do it for 20 years. But when I realized what it was to kind of program your subconscious, it's not what I thought it was. It's not just good habits. Because good habits, they're kind of still work a lot of times. Like, they're easier to do. You can do them kind of like without thinking about them. But I'm talking about like pattern recognition or like creativity. That really to me seems to be something different than just brushing your teeth or whatever. I will not be able to do something if you say, I want that fixed. If you don't say a time you want it by, I'm always fixing it. Like, I would have argued, man, I'd have argued life in prison before I'd admitted that 3 years ago. I have a voice that pops up an excuse so quick or a reason, and sometimes I can't find a better one. But most of the time, it's horseshit. Just come to me right like that. I thought everybody was like that. But I started thinking about what I was saying, and I didn't agree anymore. So there, my truth went to something else. And it wasn't always the same thing. And I know now it's going to change in the future. So I really have not a lot of opinions on things. And I can say that to people, and they still get hurt by the things I don't do that they have asked me sometimes to do, and sometimes they haven't. And sometimes it was against my principle. Sometimes it's just a habit I don't have. I don't have a deadline. If you give me a deadline, I usually get it done right at the end. I have like 3 hobbies. I probably put, let's say, 2 hours, 3 hours through the whole day. Is that too much? I've made a lot of mistakes. I keep making some. I got some bad habits. I go to work every day. I give most of my money to this household. What else am I supposed to do? Talk to each one of my family members when they will talk to me. The kids have to, so they always do. Making them do chores more. What do other people do? My son's in like a million different sports. He goes to all of them. My wife does a lot of that running. But when I'm off, I do it. Can somebody tell me what else we do? And I ain't trying to bitch. And there ain't nobody on here anyways. I'm fixing to play some guitar. Because I've weighed that and I know that, yeah, man, fuck that. I had a whole point I was going to about the INFP shit too. But this is one, they said a male is supposed to be less likely. So I'm a male and I probably am a little unusual around the people I'm around. I guess I just really tell what's on my mind more, and I probably shouldn't do that. But, yes. I had to remember that because I was thinking about a song earlier. This I'll be tripping like that shit. No. Getting close. That is definitely not right. Oh my fucking. This motherfucker's sleep. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. I've done that before though. Well, nobody else says it matter anyways. It's like a path, a road of like colors, but not a road. It's really nothing, and then colors. That's what I see. That's what I feel is the direction of. I don't know. It's hard to. Mama told me when I was young, sit beside me. judged the fucking covers a lot when I was younger. And everything I've ever judged that I didn't really have a reason to, usually I ended up with the habit or something else. And that's like, I remember the moment I was like, oh shit, it's coming back on me like in my lifetime, like really quickly. Like, cheating on my girlfriend in high school or something. Like, it comes back pretty fucking quick, you know? And I was 19 when I had that realization, and I passed. We just stopped a bunch of, under 21-year-old dudes riding around drinking beer. Like we got in the country a lot, and we drove past this little store. The lady that was outside, she was like, from them parts, had like some kind of skin thing. She had a lot of warts all over it, and I don't ever remember the type of person that would laugh at that, but my buddies did. And I remember thinking, because I didn't laugh, I just kind of like didn't say anything. I didn't like rebuke it, I guess you would say, or at least say that's fucked up, but damn, you got like that was not right. And that was the moment I thought about karma, or reaping what you sow, or cause and effect even. And I stopped. That didn't mean I didn't ever judge anybody. People hurt me, pissed me off. People done things to me that didn't know me. But just can't really hold a grudge after kind of seeing this kind of thing. And I do that about a lot of things. Some things take me a long time to do that. I thought everybody was the same, so what's the big deal? Why is everybody so upset at other people? I don't care who you are. Don't take from me or mine, and don't hurt others. I will talk to anybody, just about. Everybody's got lines, but they're all different. So why are we like making a big deal about certain things? You can't get things for free. Nobody can. So you can't expect to be given things for free. I guess that would make me politically. I don't believe in telling people what to do with their bodies, but I don't believe in telling people what to do with their money. I don't believe the government should be making laws to have anything to do with abortion or segregation or desegregation. But the problem is, we don't pay attention to what's going on out there. And so when it happens to us, we're just all pissed off no matter which side you're on. And some of them people pissing you off know that. But it's too easy to look at each other because we're around each other all day, or on the internet, or we think because they're different that they are wrong, or they are the reason why we're where we're at. That's not how the world is. You could speculate what happened a long time ago, but you wasn't there. None of us were, so we don't know. But it's not got anything to do with us. So why are we talking about the past? The problem is, we should be talking about now. You're going to judge his granddaddy that you never knew, that may or may not have owned people of your kind, or may have killed yours, or pushed you here, or whatever. You're going to look at them and hate their people that you don't even know, and not doing that goddamn thing for yourself right now. Or you're going to hate your sister because she's still married or not married, like whatever the situation is, when you're looking at that person and judging them, knowing goddamn well it's something to do with you, because it always is. But you don't think that when you're going through it, and I know that, and that's why I ain't judging you. I'm a life path 8. It said my karma would happen really quickly, and it does. That was a weird thing I learned recently. I don't know if my personality fits with people that know that, but you can give me your opinion, I suppose. I don't know what I'll do with it. I won't say you dated. I'm interested in a lot of things. I would love to talk to people. Pretty quick to learn there. If I'm interested. If I'm not, I have to put an emotional thing behind it. Like, somebody needs help, they need to be very specific how, or I'm going to give the way I would want help. Nobody's asking me how to help me. For the reason. Damn, man, that just pisses me off. It doesn't piss me off, it just frustrates me. All in outs. All in outs of my time. Slightly yes, we spin rewind. I can't ever say it talking like the same. Rinse, rewash, rewind. Oh yeah, I gotta do this. I gotta check this if the sound.